Thought I'd stay down. Thought I'd kneel. Thought I'd let them walk away with my blood on their hands and my name buried beneath their feet. They thought I'd let the weight of loss break me, that the mountain I built would crumble under their treachery. Fools. They don't know what it means to steal from a king. They don't know what it means to take what isn't theirs and think they'll live to see another sunrise. I have bled for this. Every stone, every peak, every inch of the world that I touched. I carved it with my own hands. The fire that burned in my chest, the storms that tore through my bones, the war that raged inside my skull. I endured all of it to build something that couldn't be moved. And they, insignificant, pathetic, crawling things, thought they could snatch it from me like scavengers picking at the remains of something they never had the strength to build. But I'm still here, and that is their mistake. They left me breathing, and that is where they failed. Because I am not a man who forgives. I am not a man who forgets. I am not a man who watches thieves walk away unscathed. They will learn what it means to cross me. They will learn what it means to strip a king of his throne and think they'll get away with it. They will choke on their arrogance. They will drown in regret. And I will carve my name into the bones of this world, so that no one will ever dare to take what is mine again. I have been silent long enough. I have swallowed the fire in my chest, kept the storm at bay, let the weight of their betrayal settle on my shoulders. But I am done waiting. The time for patience is gone. The time for mercy is buried. With everything they tried to take from me, now there is only one truth. I will take what's mine, no matter the cost. No matter the blood I have to spill. No matter the bodies I have to step over. They think I'm like them. Weak. Desperate. Willing to bow when the pressure crushes down. But they forget. I was made in the dark. I was shaped by suffering. While they played at power, I was breathing in fire. While they laughed, I was sharpening my teeth. While they slept soundly in their stolen kingdoms, I was clawing my way out of the abyss, building myself back, stronger, harder, unbreakable. They don't know what's coming. They don't see it yet, but they will. When the ground shakes beneath them, when their walls crack, when the sky itself darkens under the weight of my wrath, they will know. They will look up with fear in their eyes, with the kind of terror that only comes when you realize you have made an irreversible mistake. And I will be there, standing over them, reminding them of every wound, every scar, every ounce of pain they inflicted on me. They wanted to strip me of everything. They wanted to see me crawl. They wanted me to believe that I had lost. But I am not lost. I am not broken. I am not done. I will take back what is mine. Not just what they stole, but everything they ever dreamed of having. I will rip their world apart and forge it anew under my rule, under my hand, under my name. I have no love left for them, no pity, no hesitation. The weight of my vengeance will crush them, and they will know, too late, that they should have never touched a king. I rise, and the world will kneel. They will call it justice. They will call it balance. But I call it what it truly is. Reckoning. The kind of reckoning that does not whisper, that does not creep in the shadows. No, mine will be loud. It will roar through the mountains. It will shake the very earth they stand on. It will be the sound of chains breaking, of crowns shattering, of knees hitting the ground as they beg for something they will never receive. Mercy? Mercy was for the man I used to be. The one who believed in honor, in fairness, in second chances. That man is dead. They killed him the moment they took what was mine. They didn't just steal. They destroyed. They spit on everything I built. Walked through the ruins of my empire like it was nothing. Laughed as if the war was over. But wars do not end until I say so. And I have only begun. I feel it in my bones. The hunger, the fire, the endless rage that burns without mercy. It is a sickness, an infection that spreads through every inch of me, that poisons my blood and fuels my every breath. And I welcome it. Let it consume me. Let it mold me into something unstoppable, something unrecognizable, something they will never forget. They think power is about control, about sitting on a throne and barking orders. No, power is about fear. Power is about standing in a room and making men tremble without speaking a single word. Power is knowing that you could crush someone and watching as they destroy themselves in the mere presence of your shadow. Power is never letting them forget that you are the storm, the fire, the end they never saw coming. I have suffered. I have bled. I have felt the cold hands of betrayal wrap around my throat and try to strangle the fight out of me. And still, I rise. Still, I breathe. Still, I march forward, stepping over the ashes of everything they thought was permanent. Because nothing is permanent. Not their power. Not their stolen kingdoms. Not the lies they whispered to themselves to sleep at night. The only thing that lasts is will. And my will is made of stone, of fire, of unrelenting vengeance. They will see me coming. They will hear my footsteps before I arrive. They will feel it in the wind, in the silence before the storm, in the way the air grows heavy with the weight of their consequences. And when I stand before them, when they look into my eyes and see what they have created, they will understand what it means to take from a king. I do not forgive. I do not let go. I do not bow. They thought they buried me, but all they did was plant a seed. And now I am growing into something they cannot contain, something they cannot destroy, something they should have feared from the beginning. They will run. They will hide. They will try to erase their sins, but nothing will save them. Not their walls, not their soldiers, not the lies they wrap themselves in like armor. I will take what's mine. I will rip it from their hands, from their throats, from their very souls if I have to. And when I do, I will leave nothing behind but ruins and memories of what happens when you challenge the Mountain King. This is not the end. This is the beginning. The start of a war they never saw coming. A war I will win. A war I was born to win. And when the dust settles, when my name is the only thing left standing, they will. Remember one thing. I always take what's mine. They thought I was done. Thought they had won. Thought they could take what was mine and walk away, untouched, unharmed, unpunished. But they forgot who I am. They forgot that I don't break. I don't bend. I don't bow. I take, and I will take everything. They built their castles on stolen ground, raised their banners over what wasn't theirs, sat on thrones carved from my bones. They drank, they laughed, they celebrated my fall as if it was permanent. But what they don't understand is that I don't fall. I wait. I bide my time, sharpen my teeth, build my rage into something unstoppable. They think time has made me weaker, that the scars have softened me. Number time has only made me patient. And patience is the deadliest weapon of all. Because now, I am coming. And I am coming for everything. For the blood they spilled. For the honor they stole. For the kingdom they thought was theirs. I will take it back piece by piece. Brick by brick. Breath by breath. And I won't stop there. No. That would be too kind. Taking back what's mine isn't enough. I will make them pay for every second they believe they could keep it. They have no idea what's coming. They have never faced something like me. They have fought men before, but I am not just a man. I am the storm, the reckoning, the hand that rips apart the weak and leaves nothing but ruins in its wake. They will look into my eyes and see their end. They will understand too late that there are consequences for their greed. Because I have no mercy left in me. Not after what they did. Not after the betrayal, the humiliation, the scars they carved into my soul. I was a king once, a ruler, a leader. I had a heart once, but they burned it out of me. Now, all that's left is fire and vengeance, an unstoppable force that will not rest until every last one of them knows my name in fear. And when I take back what's mine, when their cities crumble and their legacies burn, when they are kneeling before me with nothing but regret in their hollow eyes, I will ask them, was it worth it? Was the betrayal worth the cost? Was the stolen power worth the price? And I will watch as realization dawns on them that they gambled with something they never had the strength to hold. They think they are kings. They think they are rulers, conquerors, untouchable. But they were only borrowing power, borrowing it from someone stronger, someone who never truly lost it, only stepped away long enough to make them believe they had won. And now, the real king has returned. They will see my banners rise again. They will hear my name whispered in terror. They will feel the weight of their mistakes pressing down on them, crushing them, suffocating them. Because this time, I won't just take back what's mine. I will erase them from history. I will make sure no one ever speaks their names again. No songs will be sung for them. No stories will be told. They will vanish, disappear, become nothing, just as they tried to make me. And when it is over, when the last of them is gone, when the dust has settled and the world belongs to me once more, I will stand at the peak of my kingdom, and I will remember this. I was never defeated. I was never broken. I was never gone. I was only waiting. And now, I take what's mine. They thought I would accept it, that I would look around at the ruins, at the ashes of what was once mine, and just accept it. They thought I would crawl away into the shadows, let the world move on without me. Let them keep what they stole, as if I was nothing more than a forgotten name. They should have killed me. That was their first mistake. Because leaving me breathing meant that the war was never over. It meant I had time to think, to plan, to sharpen myself into something more dangerous than they could ever imagine. I was never gone. I was never defeated. I was only becoming. I have walked through hell. I have dragged myself through fire, through agony, through loss so deep it should have shattered me. But I am still here. And if there is one thing they should have learned by now, it's that I don't stay down. I don't stay buried. I don't lose. They took what was mine, thinking that was the end of the story. But stories don't end when a kingdom falls. No, that is where the real story begins. Because the fall is only temporary. The suffering is only the prelude. And the war that comes next. That is where I carve my name into the bones of history. They sit on my throne as if it belongs to them. They wear my crown as if it was made for their heads. They speak my name with arrogance, believing that power is something they can steal and hold without consequence. They were wrong. Power is not stolen. Power is not borrowed. Power is not given to those who do not deserve it. Power belongs to those who have suffered for it, to those who have been burned by it, and still chose to reach for more. To those who were crushed beneath the weight of the world and did not break, only hardened. And I am harder than stone. I am colder than the peaks of the highest mountains. I am the storm that does not pass, the war that does not end, the fire that does not burn out. I am the reckoning they never saw coming. They sit in their stolen halls, speaking of victory, believing themselves untouchable. But they feel it now, don't they? The shift in the wind, the heavy silence before the storm, the whispers in the dark telling them that their time is running out. They know I am coming, and they are afraid. They will try to stop me. They will throw armies at me, send their best warriors, build their strongest walls. It won't be enough. Nothing will be enough. Because I have already lost everything. And a man who has lost everything has nothing left to fear. They can't break me. I have already been broken. They can't wound me. I have already bled. They can't stop me, because I will not stop. I will rip their banners from the walls. I will tear their thrones from beneath them. I will grind their empires into dust beneath my heel. And when it is over, when the last of them has fallen, when they are nothing more than a whisper on the wind. I will remind the world of one thing. I do not lose. I do not forget. And I always take what's mine. Because in the end, it was never theirs to begin with. They were only borrowing time, living in a dream where they thought they could outrun the storm. But the storm has arrived. And now, I will show them what happens when you take from a king. I will take what's mine, and I will leave nothing behind. They wanted to rewrite history, wanted to carve their names into my world, erase mine like I was never here, like I never built this with my own hands, like my blood never soaked the very ground they now stand on. They thought if they spoke loudly enough, if they stole enough, if they sat on my throne long enough, the world would forget that it was never theirs. But history does not forget. It does not erase the hands that built it, the blood that paid for it, and neither do I. I remember everything, every betrayal, every lie, every name, every face. The ones who whispered behind my back, the ones who smiled as they drove the knife in, the ones who watched and did nothing as my world burned. I have not forgotten, and I will not forgive. They celebrate now, thinking they have won, drinking from stolen cups, laughing in stolen halls, walking through my kingdom like it is theirs. But deep down in the quiet, in the moments when they are alone, they feel it. The fear, the unease, the whisper in their minds that tells them something is wrong, that something is coming, that I am coming. And when I do, there will be no mercy, no second chances, no deals. They did not show mercy when they took from me. They did not hesitate when they stripped me of everything. So I will not hesitate now. I will take everything. Not just what they stole, but everything they ever hoped to build. Every future they ever dreamed of. Every illusion of power they ever clung to. I will grind it into dust beneath my boots. And I will not stop until there is nothing left. They made a mistake. They thought I was like them. That I would mourn. That I would break. That I would move on. That is what weak men do. That is what they do. But I am not like them. I never was. I never will be. I do not mourn. I remember. I do not break. I become stronger. And I do not move on. I return. They will see me rise from the ashes they left me in. They will hear my name echo through the mountains once more. And when I stand before them, when they look into my eyes and see the fire, the storm, the unrelenting force that they tried to bury, they will understand. This was never theirs. They were nothing more than thieves in a kingdom that was never meant for them. Pretenders, liars, parasites feeding on something they did not build. And now I am taking it all back. I will not rest. I will not falter. I will not stop. Every battle, every war, every breath I take is another step toward what is mine. And when I finally stand above them, when their world is falling apart around them, I will ask them one thing. Was it worth it? Was it worth betraying me? Was it worth stealing from me? Was it worth thinking, even for a moment, that they could stand where I once stood? Because in that moment, when they are kneeling before me, when the weight of everything crashes down on them, they will know the answer. They will know they were never meant to win. They will know that I am the storm that never stops. And most of all, they will know the one unshakable truth that has always been and will always be. I take what's mine. They will curse the day they thought they could take from me. They will look back on their lives and see every decision, every moment, every breath that led them to this reckoning. And they will understand, too late, that they were never meant to hold power, never meant to rule, never meant to keep what was never theirs to begin with. Because power isn't given, it's taken, it's fought for, it's bled for, and I have bled more than all of them combined. I have clawed my way out of the abyss they left me in, torn myself free from the chains they tried to bind me with, and now there is nothing left in me but purpose. A hunger that will not be satisfied with mere revenge. No, revenge is for men with small minds, men who settle for balance, men who want to end things. But I do not seek an ending. I seek domination. I will not take back my throne just to sit upon it. I will not reclaim my name just to let it fade into memory. No. I will make them watch as I reshape the very world they tried to steal. I will not stop with them. I will take everything. Their land, their legacies, their futures, their very souls. I will erase the bloodlines of every coward who stood against me, wipe them from history, make sure that when people speak of them, it is only in whispers of warning. They will be the ones forgotten. Their children will grow up in the shadow of my reign. Their descendants will not inherit riches or power, but fear. Fear of my name. fear of what happens when you cross me. Fear of the cost of betrayal. And that fear will last forever. Because I will not die quietly. I will not fade away. My name will never be buried again. I will carve it into the bones of this world. Burn it into the sky. Let it be the last thing their kind remembers before they're swallowed by nothingness. They thought they could build empires on my ruins. They thought they could stand where I once stood and be safe. But they didn't realize they were always standing on borrowed ground, living in borrowed time. I let them believe in their illusion because I wanted them comfortable. I wanted them arrogant. I wanted them to think they had won. And now I will rip that illusion away. I will show them the truth. That their victory was nothing more than a mistake waiting to be corrected. That their rule was nothing more than a lie waiting to be shattered. That their power was never real. Because I am power. I am the one who builds. I am the one who destroys. I am the one who decides, who rises, and who falls. And I have decided that they will fall. They will fall so hard that no one will ever dare to rise against me again. They will be made into an example so brutal, so absolute, that the mere thought of betrayal will send shivers down the spines of those who come after them. I will not leave them with hope. I will not leave them with anything. I will take their lands, their cities, their walls, their people, their names, their very existence, and I will grind it into dust beneath my boots. And when I stand upon the ruins, when my kingdom is mine once more, when there is no one left to challenge me, I will not look back. I will not grieve for what was lost. I will not mourn those who begged for mercy. I will only stand, unshaken, unbroken, and remind the world of the one truth they will never forget. I take what's mine.